Welcome to Atarapay, Nigeria's number one escrow service. In this series, I'll be taking you through how to integrate the service provider API into your workflow. The service provider API allows automatic payout of funds to service providers or sellers and commission to marketplace operators or brokers that offer a service provider driven platform. An example use case would be a gig website or a multi-vendor marketplace. So I'll go ahead to explain the workflow when using Atarapay. With Atarapay, a customer goes to a website and makes a purchase for a product. Once the purchase is made, the funds are kept in escrow. And then the seller you can use the API, as we will see in the series, to update the order with information such as the service provider details as well as related commission percentages as agreed with the service provider. Now, once the order is accepted by the buyer, then the payout is automatically made to the seller or service provider, and then the commission to the marketplace operator is also done automatically. This series will be broken down into four major parts. The first part will be how to generate the authentication token. The authentication token is simply a base64 encoded string that you pass along with every request. The next thing we will look at, or the next part, will be how to create a service provider, just in case this service provider did not exist on the platform before. The third part of it will be how to update an order with commission details and service provider details. And in the final part, we will demonstrate how to complete the payment and also see the payouts being automatically made based on the percentage specified in the previous part. Look forward to having an exciting time. Thank you. Welcome and thank you for watching this video. In this video, we will explore how to calculate the auth token. You can visit documentation at plugins.atarapay.com/docs to have access to this documentation. According to the documentation, the first thing you need to do is log in into your seller account, right? Which I have done, as you will see here. What you now need to do is on the API page, you visit the API keys. Now, on the keys page, you have your public and private keys, and based on what the documentation says, right, step 3 is to create a string by concatenating the public and private key with a colon. Now this is very important, as we will see in the coming videos. In this particular video, I'll walk you through the implementation of creating a service provider. The URL for the request that we'll be making in this video can be seen here on the documentations page, and based on the environment, either staging or live, you will need to adjust the URL. Now there are some fields that are optional and some that are required. For the required fields, we have the auth token, which can be calculated as seen in the previous video. We have the bank code, the bank account number, the bank account name, and the bank name. There are optional fields such as the email, the phone number, the first name, and the last name of the service provider. And in the documentation page, we have an example of a successful response after making this request. Now I will show you how to implement this. I'll be using an application called Postman that you can use to test API requests. Now, as you can see, I'm making a post request to the endpoint as shown in the documentation. This is a test environment, so you can see that the URL points to the test environment. Now we are going to supply the details as shown in documentation. Even though I know that some are optional, we are going to use everything just so you can see the entire response yourself. Now all these details are supplied here, and when you click enter and you run this, yes, we have a successful response, and you can see all the fields that we sent as well as an ID. Now you have to note this ID because you will need it in the next video. but this ID will be used to identify this particular service provider, as you will see in the upcoming video. In this video, I'll show how to update an order with the order commission and details of a service provider, such that the service provider can receive a certain percentage of the payment as their own commission. You can see that there are two URLs here. Again, the staging URL is provided as well as the live URL, and you would have to adjust based on the environment that you find yourself. Now, there are 4 required fields for this request, just 4 of them: the auth token, the commission, which is a number in percentage, which shows, okay, this is if you want the service provider to receive 20% of that payment as commission, your commission will be 20. You also have to put in the service provider ID, which we generated in the last video, as well as the order ID. Now, to show you the full suite of this request, we will be using a sample order here. On this account, on this example seller account, there is a pending order, as you can see on the screen right here, and this is the order that we will be using to test this. Now, you need to record this order ID 003016, as it is what we will be using to make the request. Now, let's visit Postman, and you can see that we have here, just as we have seen in documentation, the four parameters to send for this request to be successful. Now, when you send this request, you have a successful response here as well, that gives a message saying service provider and commission successfully associated with the order. And then you now have the details of the service provider, as well as the order details that you sent in the request, which is the ID, the order ID, the commission, and the date in which this update was made. In the next video, I'll be showing you how to complete this flow, so you can see end to end how exactly the payment is split. In this video, I will show you how to complete the flow which we have started from the first video. You need to log into your seller account and visit the orders page. Now, as you can see here, I would assume that an order has been made for a certain product, and this order can be seen here. There is a prompt to mark the delivery as completed, which will say that, okay, I have successfully delivered this product to the customer. Now, if I click on this here, I get a prompt that asks me to confirm if I want to continue this task, and then yes, so it says, thank you, buyer has been notified to accept or reject your delivery. At this point, the buyer would have received an email to confirm that they received their delivery in good condition. Once they confirm, the order status on the orders page for that particular order is updated to accepted. Something important to note is that the seller dashboard is used to complete delivery, and if the marketplace operator wants its service providers to operate their own Atarapay accounts, then the service providers will complete the delivery themselves via the dashboard. However, if the marketplace operator doesn't want its service providers to operate their own Atarapay accounts, then the marketplace operator will complete delivery by themselves via their own seller dashboard. Now, we have to confirm that our payouts indeed worked. So to confirm that, you go to the payout page and the payout history page. Now you can see that there are now 2 records for that particular order, one to the service provider, as you can see here, and one to the account of the seller. And this is how you can confirm that, okay, the split was indeed done.